Welcome back to the Capture Your Confidence podcast. We are continuing on with our Confidence in Life series. And today we are going to talk about the quiet kind of confidence and how you treat yourself in the everyday.
And I actually think a lot about this because I'm a naturally not quiet human. And so it's funny for me because I will look back on years of my life where I was like outwardly posturing my confidence, and the times where I was doing that, I actually was less confident than now when I just like don't have to say anything because I feel totally good with where I'm at, right? And so I think there's two ways that we can approach this conversation, right? The way that you talk to yourself when no one's listening, but also how you are showing up in the world and whether or not that's actually rooted in confidence or if it's like rooted in something else.
Yeah, it's interesting. The older I get and just kind of the more life experience, I am able to quickly point out like, oh, that's the real quiet confidence, or that's like maybe not, that's the more manufactured type of confidence. And you can see it and you can kind of spot it a mile away.
Yeah. And I will say, we were having this conversation the other night at a women's networking event that I was at. And a woman said, I look back at myself in my 20s and in my early 30s, and I really thought I was confident. And now I look back at her and I realize just how much I was not.
Yeah.
And again, you like don't know what you don't know as you're going through it. Yeah. And so you do whatever you have to do to try and get yourself to a place where you can go after the things that you want and show up, right? But the older we get, the more I realize like, oh, I know when I'm not confident about something instead of trying to like stuff it down and pretend that I am.
Yeah.
And I also don't have to be the smartest, loudest, most successful, whatever person in the room in order to feel really confident about where I am in my life.
Yeah. In fact, I am usually envious, depends on the situation, but envious of people who are sometimes the quietest. And you can kind of read like, oh, they actually have this all figured out and they have this together and they don't necessarily need to contribute. Like they're just more strategic about what rooms they're putting themselves into, what comments they're making, because they know that there's like less of an agenda for them and their confidence is more of an internal thing.
Yeah. And like I can think too of circumstances where I've seen really confident women who know they don't want to do something. And so they like said no. And then I felt like, oh, what the hell? Like, like I have felt because I wanted to say no, but I felt like I couldn't say no, but then they did. You know what I'm saying? And so like witnessing someone else's level of radical, quiet confidence when it's a thing that you desire is really like, that's a raw nerve. For sure.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that. So now if I know something is a no for me, I try to be the person who says it quick and first and loud, almost to like give permission to other people that like there's a way out.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to do this thing if you don't want to.
For sure. And, it's funny too, because I never really equated confidence with peace. But the older that I get, the more I recognize that peace is a byproduct of confidence.
Yeah.
And you can see it on someone when they really do feel just at home with themselves and totally okay with where they are and not in a hurry with where it is they're going. That peace surrounds them. And that really is kind of a secondary follow-up to someone who's done a lot of confidence work.
Yeah. How do you think that you can tune into that like inner kind of knowing or just that feeling that like, okay, like I'm in the right spot, or it's okay for me to be quiet here, or this is a time to speak up? I mean, I think that, like learning how to trust that voice is really important.
Well, I have talked about this before, and you'll not be surprised to hear me say that meditation is a really powerful tool to tune into that. So for example, in previous episodes, when we were talking about curiosity and the things that come up whenever we're kind of dancing with self-awareness and just noticing some of the thoughts that we're having, I take those thoughts and I bring them to meditation. And so I take that curiosity in a calm, safe space and I explore them and really let my subconscious like tell the story, like take the whole story to the end of the line, right? And so to me, that is really helpful in tuning into my own knowing. And so much of this is just like baked under layers, right? That we're not necessarily aware of. And you have to quiet everything else to really let that full story come to you and really address what's going on. Therapy's killer.
Yeah, I was going to say that
the shit you can't see
like
that someone else can.
Move.
Yeah. Therapy is helpful, but meditation's been by far one of the most powerful tools to tuning back into like the way that I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and really kind of pulling the thread on whatever those thoughts are.
Yeah, because I think the more you do that, then the less you rely on the external validation, right? Which is, I think, what we're just trying to move away from and really using our internal compass and our internal confidence work to guide us.
And this is how I know that we're like really on the path, because I swear to you, the older I get, the more excited I am that I'm getting older, because I care less and less and less and less and less and less about what other people think. And my friends who are older than me, they care less than I do. And I'm like, holy crap, what's ahead for me? Like, I already don't care. Like, I care a little sometimes, like very few people, but I can't wait till I literally don't care at all about what anyone thinks. Like, I am waiting with bated breath.
I know. I mean, it's kind of nice. I'm only a couple years ahead, but it is nice.
It's lovely. I care about what you think. That's it's you and a few others, and that's about it, my friend.
I mean, and I think that's an important call out. It's not like that you're like, I don't care about anybody. It's just it's more about you caring more about yourself versus not caring about others, right?
I certainly care about the opinions of the people in the moat. But if you're not in the moat, go right on and swim with the alligators, babe.
Right.
And so, I guess, our question to you is, when you think about quiet confidence, what does that mean to you, and how does that show up for you? And start to take notice too of just kind of the way that you're talking to yourself and thinking about things that are happening around you, because there's a whole storyline that no one else hears that you're hearing, and often you're not even paying attention to the story.
Yeah, that awareness is clutch.
So if you want to explore more about building confidence in your life and in motherhood and in business as well, we're hosting a conference on October 9th called State of Women. And this year we're exploring how you can work smarter in all of these areas of your life. We're so thrilled to welcome you, and you can get tickets at the link in the show notes.
Yes, we can't wait to talk to you then and next week. We will talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all.